Here's a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a low-down hoochie-coocher. She was the roughest, toughest frail. Minnie had a heart as big as a whale. Heidi, 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 ho!
Heidi, 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 ho!
Eddie, 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 Eddie!
Eddie, 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 Eddie!
Whoa! Heidi, 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 ho!
Heidi, 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 ho!
And his racing horses. Each meal she ate was a dozen courses. Had $1 million worth of nickels and dimes. She sat around and counted them all 1,000,000 times. Howdy, 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 howdy.
Heidi, 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 Heidi!
Howdy, 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 ho!
Howdy, 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 ho!
Scoodly boo, scoodly boo, scoodly boo, scoodly boo. Poor man, poor man, poor. You win.
The cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
gonna rise up singing. Yes, you spread your wings and you take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. Yes, with Daddy and Mommy standing by.
And the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich. And your ma is good looking.
Why don't you say, oh,
so hush, little baby.
oh yeah.
Baby, don't you cry.
Oh, don't you cry. Oh, don't you cry. Oh, don't you cry. I said.
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, a park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut trees, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun. And when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. My days have grown so lonely. For you I cry, for you dear only. Why haven't you seen it? I'm all for you, body and soul. I spend my days in longing. You know it's you that I am longing. Oh, I tell you I mean it. I'm all for you, body and soul. I can't believe it. It's hard to conceive it that you throw away romance. Are you pretending it looks like the ending? Unless I can have one more chance to prove, dear, my life a wreck you're making. You know I'm yours for just the taking. Oh, I tell you I mean it. I'm all for you, body and soul. My days have grown so lonely. For you I cry, for you dear only. Oh, I never seen it. I'm all for you, body and soul. I spend my days in longing